You've been lied to about Medusa your whole life. Today I will tell you the truth that the gods wanted to hide. Don't miss any of the video, because we have left you some incredible Easter eggs about Medusa. Today we're diving into one of the most fascinating and tragic stories in Greek mythology. The life of Medusa. Everyone knows her as the Gorgon with snake-like hair who could turn people to stone with a single glance. But did you know her story is much deeper than that? Today we'll explore her childhood, her transformation into a monster, the divine conflicts that sealed her fate, and how her life impacted those around her. We'll also delve into the epic battle between Medusa and Perseus, an encounter that changed the course of Greek mythology. Get ready because this is a tale full of unexpected twists, betrayals, and a fate no one could have imagined. Medusa was born in a small coastal village in ancient Greece, the daughter of the sea deities Phorcys and Ceto. Unlike her sisters, Stheno and Euryale, Medusa was mortal. From a young age, she stood out for her extraordinary beauty. Her hair was so stunning that the villagers claimed it rivaled the golden rays. But Medusa's life was far from perfect. Though admired for her beauty, she was also envied. Some saw her as an object of desire, while others viewed her as a rival. Her family, though powerful, was not always present to protect her. Medusa grew up in a world where gods and mortals often clashed, and she found herself caught in the middle of it all. But what happened when Medusa's beauty caught the attention of the gods? And how did this affect those around her? Stick around, things are about to get intense. Medusa's blood wasn't just deadly, it was also miraculous. According to myth, the blood from the right side of her body had healing powers, even capable of bringing the dead back to life. But the blood from her left side was pure poison, killing instantly. The Greek god of medicine, Asclepius, was said to use Medusa's blood to create antidotes and even resurrect people. This myth may have influenced ancient beliefs about how poisons and medicines can have opposite effects. Medusa was not alone in her world. She had two sisters, Stheno and Euryale, who, unlike her, were immortal. Though the three were close, Medusa always felt different because of her mortality. Her parents, Phorcys and Ceto, were feared and respected sea gods, but their attention wasn't always focused on their daughters. In her community, Medusa was both loved and feared. Some admired her for her beauty and kindness, while others envied or even feared her, believing her beauty was a divine gift that could bring misfortune. This divide in her surroundings shaped her life from an early age. One day, Medusa's life changed forever when she caught the attention of two of the most powerful gods, Poseidon, god of the sea, and Athena, goddess of wisdom and war. Poseidon was mesmerized by her beauty, while Athena saw her as an intruder in her domain. Here's where things get complicated. Some versions of the story say Poseidon pursued Medusa, while others suggest a darker encounter in Athena's temple. What we do know is that this event set off a chain of events that would lead to Medusa's tragic fate. What really happened in Athena's temple? And why did Medusa pay such a high price for something that wasn't her fault? Keep watching, this is just the beginning. Believe it or not, Medusa's name appears in medical science. There's a condition called Medusa's head that happens when veins in the abdomen become swollen and form a pattern that looks like her legendary snake-covered hair. This condition is usually caused by severe liver disease. Like cirrhosis, it's just one of the many ways that ancient mythology still influences modern science, even inside our own bodies. To understand what happened to Medusa, we need to talk about the tension between Athena and Poseidon. These two gods had a complicated relationship. Both were powerful, but their domains and personalities constantly clashed. Athena, the goddess of wisdom and war, valued order and justice. Poseidon, on the other hand, was known for his unpredictable temper and love of chaos. When Poseidon set his sights on Medusa, Athena saw it as an intrusion into her territory, especially because Medusa was one of her devoted followers. This rivalry between the gods didn't just affect Medusa, it reflected the ongoing power struggles of Olympus. Unknowingly, Medusa had become a pawn in the gods' game. After the incident in the temple, Athena was furious. Instead of punishing Poseidon, she took her wrath out on Medusa. She cursed her, transforming her into a monster with venomous snakes for hair, a gaze that turned anyone to stone, and an appearance that struck terror into all who saw her. But here's something often overlooked. Medusa never chose this. She was a victim of the gods' decisions. Her transformation not only isolated her from the world, but also made her a symbol of fear and destruction. But what happened when a hero set out to confront Medusa? And how did her death alter the course of Greek mythology? Don't go anywhere. This is about to get even more interesting. Here come on the scene Perseus, the legendary hero and son of Zeus. King Polydectes sent Perseus on a seemingly impossible mission to bring back Medusa's head. Why? Because Polydectes wanted to marry Perseus's mother, and Perseus was in the way. But Perseus wasn't one to give up easily. With help from the gods, he gathered an incredible arsenal: Athena's polished shield, Hermes' sword, and even a pair of winged sandals. Oh, and let's not forget the helmet of invisibility. Basically, he was the ancient Greek version of a superhero. Like the video and subscribe so you don't miss the new chapters. Perseus steps into the shadows. Medusa's lair is a nightmare, cold stone walls, the air thick with silence, but he's not alone. All around him are frozen figures. Warriors, hunters, maybe even heroes turned to stone. His pulse pounds, his breath feels too loud. Can he hear her before she sees him? Then a faint sound, a slow, slithering movement against the rock. He raises his shield, not for protection, but to use it as a mirror. And there, in the reflection, he sees her, Medusa. Her snake-like hair writhes, hissing hungrily. Her glowing eyes search for her next victim. One glance, and it's over. Step by step, Perseus moves closer, sweat cold on his skin. The cave is a silent battlefield. Then, crack! A loose stone shifts under his foot. Medusa turns. She knows he's there. She moves fast, inhumanly fast, like a predator that just smelled fear. Perseus has no time left. With a battle cry, he leaps forward. His sword flashes in the dim light, and one clean strike. Medusa's head falls to the ground. But something's wrong. Her eyes, they're still open. And worse, they're still alive. Perseus, breathing hard, lifts the head by its writhing snake hair, careful not to meet its gaze. This isn't the end. This is just the beginning. Because now Perseus holds a weapon with the power of the gods. And anyone who dares challenge him will learn the hard way that Medusa's story didn't end with her death. One look, and they'll turn to stone. But did you know that Medusa's death wasn't the end of her story? Her legacy lived on in ways even Perseus couldn't have imagined. Keep watching to find out. Greek mythology has inspired many modern stories, and Harry Potter is no exception. In the Chamber of Secrets, the monster lurking in Hogwarts is a basilisk, a giant snake whose gaze petrifies anyone who looks directly at it. Just like Medusa. To survive, the characters only look at it through reflections, just like Perseus used a mirror-like shield to defeat Medusa. This clever nod to Greek myths shows how ancient legends are still alive in today's pop culture. When Perseus beheaded Medusa, something incredible happened. From her blood, Pegasus, the winged horse, and Chrysaor, a giant wielding a golden sword, emerged. Even in death, Medusa's power continued to shape the world. So what can we learn from Medusa's story? Was she a monster or a victim of the gods' cruelty? Her tale reminds us that things aren't always as they seem. Behind every myth, there's a deeper truth waiting to be uncovered. Today, Medusa is seen in many ways, as a symbol of female power, as a victim of divine injustice, and as a reminder of how myths reflect the complexities of human life. Let me know in the comments. Do you think Medusa deserved her fate? See you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more epic mythology breakdowns. Coming soon! In tiempos inmortales.